Hey VC, Ballroom 23 here. Josh from Seattle. It's been a long time since I've done an update. Probably 2 months? I don't know. I don't really do many videos just because I just don't know what to say sometimes. But I'm going to give this one a shot, and yeah. So anyway, I just got back from Los Angeles a couple days ago. Went to Amoeba Records the day before Record Store Day, and I spent Record Store Day getting ready to leave Los Angeles and spending a few hours in Santa Monica on the beach with my family, and then traveling to the airport and returning home. But anyway, before I went to Los Angeles, picked up quite a few records. I got the Trouble is a Lonesome Town Lee Hazelwood reissue from Light in the Attic Records. This is a 2 LP set. It has the original album and then unreleased tracks and singles that he did with Dwayne Eddy, or as Mark Robinson, who I never knew. He went under a different name. And then there's an interview or an autobiography, the Lee Hazelwood autobiography, released on Mercury Records in 1964, and it's basically Lee talking about himself, kind of in the style of Trouble is a Lonesome Town, and his other record, I believe it's the Not So Very Important People. I think that's what it's called. Anyway, it's a pretty entertaining record. Highly recommended, even if you have an original of this or a reissue that came out a few years ago. This is worth it just for the bonus LP. And Light in the Attic does some really swanky, amazing records, I must say. Another reissue. This is a Sven Lybeck, Swedish composer that moved to Australia on the 70s, I think. This is a soundtrack to Inner Space, a underwater documentary. You may have heard Mr. Lybeck's music in Wes Anderson's The Life Aquatic. This is the complete soundtrack, which was also released a few years ago, and I think there was a compilation of Mr. Lybeck's music on the Trunk label, which had songs from this and other soundtracks he's done or did to Australian documentaries. Doesn't make any sense. Whatever. What else did I get? This next LP has been on my want list for a long time. Finally found an original Dusty Springfield, Dusty and Memphis LP. According to the store I got it at, I think it's a second printing, but it's still an original, maybe early 70s pressing on the Atlantic label. I know Four Men with Beards issued this. Just want to make sure you get a look at the label. Classic album. Always wanted this on LP, and I'm glad I held out for the Atlantic pressing. This is pretty fantastic. Really happy to get this in my possession. Big Dusty Springfield fan. She's just a class act. She was a class act. May she rest in peace. Also got the latest Knife record, Shaking the Habitual. It's a 3 LP set. Folds out into a humongous gatefold, tri-gatefold. Comes with a CD, comes with 2 CDs that make up the record and 2 posters with political rhetoric on it, which I kind of enjoyed. I've read some comments about how people don't really appreciate in the, I think it was on the Facebook vinyl community, they don't really appreciate political rhetoric on their records. It just kind of rubs them the wrong way. I don't really mind. I think it's, well, it doesn't bother me at all, unless it rubs my politics the wrong way. But, anyway, great album. Kind of a difficult listen in a good way. I think they really kind of test the patience of many listeners on that, but overall I think it's a really rewarding listen. Got the new Kurt Vile record. This is the deluxe edition on blue wax. And it also comes with a set of stickers that you can glue onto the cover and make your own kind of custom-made album cover. Okay, pretty good record. I like it. Listened to it a few times down in California, and yeah, pretty enjoyable record. Probably not my favorite of his. I think I prefer Smoke Ring for my Halo. I'm going to flip the record over. So anyway, that'll be a perfect lead into what I scored at Amoeba. What we're listening to in the background is Cluster, and this is their Curiosum release on Bureau B, originally released on Sky Records in 1981. This was reissued in 2009 by the German label Bureau B. Excellent record. Probably one of my favorite albums by them. I think I like it more than Zuckerzeit, actually, and Cluster 2. Really interesting stuff. Amazing, amazing krautrock, kosmisch music. Scored one of 2 Devo records. This is a promo for Oh No It's Devo. Still has the backside intact. I guess you can clip out the backside and prop it up. Comes with its own stand. Next up, Duty for the Future. Another record I didn't have by Devo. This is their 4th record. Oh No It's Devo, I think, is their 5th record. Finally got this in my collection. This is a reissue on Runt and Fire. This is the television personalities, and Don't the Kids Just Love It? It's a perfect record. Had this on CD for a long time, and I'm just really happy to get a vinyl copy of it. If you're not familiar with it, I recommend you get onto YouTube and check out their music, especially from this record. And classic 60s inspired pop. Actually, I didn't get this at Amoeba. I got this in Seattle. This is Time to Go, the Southern Psychedelic Moment, 1981 to 1986. This is a New Zealand Flying Nun compilation with the Clean, the Pinup Group, the Gordons, the Great Unwashed, Alistair Galbraith, and this is the Chills also. This is a absolutely amazing essential compilation. Love this record. Don't have much or many New Zealand bands, especially from this era, and this is essential listening, I gotta say. essential pop and psychedelia from down under from the 80s. Got this compilation called Spirit of the Independents, mostly for the loop track. It's got Wire, Loop, Joy Division, New Order, Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, Tallulah Gosh. Pretty cool. Wasn't that expensive. It was $10. Nice to have a compilation from back in the day. And what else? I get another Mad Lib compilation called Shades of Blue. This is where he remixes and does his thing to the Blue Note music catalog. Famous jazz label, American jazz label. Mad Lib is probably one of my favorite hip-hop producers. Excellent stuff. Section 25. This one is called From the Hip, and this is a reissue with a bonus From the Hilltop 12-inch. There's a person here on YouTube called Crap It Out Jim, and I think his talking about factory records in Manchester really influenced me to grab this, just because I remember having roommates that had this record and I was pretty intrigued by it. Plus I love the covers. Reminds me of England. Been to England a few times, and this cover does take me back to that island. Great. I guess it's synth pop, synth dance music, but I guess it'd be kind of naive to call it dance music or pop music. It's just unique electronic music that produced by Bernard Sumner of New Order. Anyway, yeah. Scary Monsters by David Bowie, also found at Amoeba. Happy to get this into my collection. Sun Ra record, My Brother the Wind. This is, I think, the first one. I think there's a second one. This is a reissue on 180 gram vinyl. Put out by Scorpio Records. Not known for their quality of vinyl. In fact, that one's got a slight warp to it. But what are you going to do? It still plays. Got this Telescope EP. This is a 4-song EP with Flying, Soul of Tears, High on Fire, and The Sleepwalk. Somewhat notable creation band, not as famous as, say, Oasis or My Bloody Valentine, but kind of in the same vein as Ride and My Bloody Valentine. This is a pretty cool and swanky EP. And then I've got to thank Mr. Crap It Out Jim for recommending a certain ratio. This one is called To Each, and it's produced by Martin Hannett. Early 80s doom and gloom funk, I guess you'd call it. Very reminiscent of Joy Division, but very entertaining. And you don't get many doom and gloom bands doing funk and jazz, which I kind of appreciate. Pretty amazing record as well. Thank you, Jim, for pushing me in that direction. And then let's see, the 2 records I got for Record Store Day. I went on Monday to Sonic Boom, I think, and was able to get 2 records that were released. One is this Orange Juice record for Texas Fever. It's a mini LP, 6 songs. I was really hoping to get Rip It Up and You Can't Hide Your Love Forever, but I think this is the only one that was left over, and this is very entertaining as well. It's an indie rock, but with a bit of a funk edge, and not in a very classy, dignified way. It's awesome. Love to find more orange juice. Who knows, maybe I can still find a copy of those other 2 records out in the wild, even though they were sold out. And then this is a electronic record by Oval, released in '94. This is System Tish. Marcus Pappas, I think, is one of the, or Marcus Pop is one of the main figures in this band. And, it's a very ambient electronic record, mostly made of CDs skipping or glitching, and then sampling, and then looped. Very interesting record. Always wanted to have this in my collection. And I think there was another one that was released, but I couldn't find that one either. Anyway, if anybody has one for trade or is willing to sell me, I'd be happy to get in contact with you. And then, last 2 things. Towers of London XTC 45. It's a 245 set. I think people have shown this before. Great XT single to add to my collection. And then, last but not least, I got this 45 by Catatonic Youth. Piss Scene EP. This band is no more, but a co-worker of mine released this back, probably 3 or 4 years ago, and I can't remember what label it was originally released on, but he re-released it himself, and I gotta say, this sounds like Chrome. It's excellent. If you see this at your store, please pick it up. It's very, very interesting, post-punk sounding. I'd say it's more like a Northwest version of Chrome. But anyway, it doesn't have any information on where to order it. You have I think you can find their stuff on YouTube or probably Spotify or Last.fm. But if you hear what you like, if you like what you hear, get in contact with me and maybe I can find out how you can order a copy. I know that they have this at Sonic Boom. You live in Seattle. Anyway, I'm done rambling. Hope everybody's well. Please leave me comments. You guys are awesome. Love this whole VC thing. And have a great day.